Hi everyone, my name is Gideon Besaidnout and I am an application engineer for Micrographics. Today we're going to have a look at Inventor and how we can utilize the sweep function. Now when it comes to understanding the sweep function, it can assist us with quite advanced geometry and advanced modeling techniques. I'm going to go and just open a normal metric template, and from here we'll go and just create a normal drawing. I'm going to just use the line command, just draw a simple shape. So I'm just drawing a line, drawing an arc. So if you draw a line and you hold in your left mouse button, you'll be able to actually create an arc, and that arc would already be tangent. So I'm just going to go and create a nice profile here, just creating something random. So we are going to go and have a look at how we can utilize the sweep command. Going to say finish, and I'm going to go and create a 2D sketch on this plane over here at the back. It's quite important to remember to bring in your geometry point so that it can follow a specific path. Going to go and just draw a random circle, just create a small one. And from here we can actually go and utilize the sweep. Now when it comes to the normal basic sweep command, I'm just going to switch that to 0 and 0. You do have your profile, and it usually selects the closed profile first, and I'm going to go and select a curve or a path that it's going to follow, and you can create your normal orientation sweep. So it's following a path. You can choose it to be fixed if it has different curves, but in this instance we're just going to have a look at the normal follow path instance. Yes, you can give it a taper if you'd like, depending on your geometry. You can give it a twist if you'd like, depending again on your geometry, what you've drawn. It can go and create a twist. And that would be the basis of a normal profile, a normal sweep. From here, I'm just going to go and delete both these sketches. Going to start a 2D sketch. I'm going to go and just draw a 2-point rectangle as an instance. I'm going to make that, let's say, 25 by 25, just to round it off a little bit better. Give it a fillet of, let's say, 15 millimeters. That might be a bit big. Let's say 5. That looks a bit better. Just create a nice smooth finish there. From here, I'm going to create a new sketch on this plane over here. Just going to move it so that you can see what I'm going to do. Going to choose project geometry and just bring in the origin point. And I'm going to draw a straight line from that projected geometry, so it's snapping directly on that point. Let's say I'm going to make that 300, and now I've got a nice long line that it can follow a specific path. I'm going to go and utilize the normal spline. So again, choose project geometry to bring in that center point right there of that specific line so that I can snap to that point. I'm just going to go and create 2 paths or 2 points, and I'm going to utilize some of this constraints just to get it aligned. Where's this midpoint? And then I'm going to go and create just the dimension. Let's say that's going to be 12, and let's say that point to that point, it's going to be, let's say, 8. So it's going nice and down. From here I'm going to say finish, going to use the sweep, and it would already select the profile. Going to change this to 0 degrees and that to 0. And what we are going to have a look at is the guide. Now this is where you can actually utilize the sweep command in quite advanced geometry. So you've got your profile, you can select your path, so that would be the straight center line, and then you can select your guide rail, and it would follow that guide rail on both sides. You do have a profile scaling. Now what the profile scaling does, in this first instance it scales it in the X and Y direction. So as you can see, in the X and Y direction, and that is, if you think about your axes, it's going to follow it in the X and Y. So if I'm going to say OK, you'll notice that it follows it in both direction, all 4 directions on the axes regarding that sweep. Just going to edit the feature. You can choose to have no scaling, so for the no scaling, then that specific path or guide rail that I created, it actually falls away. So that would be pointless to create that geometry when you're not following a path or a guide. And then lastly, you've got your X scaling that will follow your X axis, and there we've got it following the X axis. As you can see, both the sides are flat and the top and bottom both is following that specific guide rail. Now from here you can go and create more geometry and create quite significant type of complex models and complex geometry. The sweep command really does come in handy, and you can utilize it in quite a lot of different manners and ways. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and follow for more content.